Hey guys, it's Joe from JLDB Games. Did you guys know we actually have merch available? That's right, we just added a few more items lately, like the beanie, the mug, and everything, and they all come in multiple colors as well. So be sure to check the link in that description and go check out some of the merch yourself if you want to support the channel further. What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video, and today, well, we made a little, I don't know if I made a mistake or what happened, but the audio, for some reason turned out really weird on this video, so I have decided to go ahead and come on and do, a post-audio recording, and see how it turns out. I don't know if something's going on with my mic, but the gain seems really high up. I actually have the gain all the way down right now, and it's picking up my voice very easier. I don't know exactly how to say it. It's really weird, but regardless, let's talk about the time lapse. So most of this video today is just going to be a time lapse to kind of simplify this just a little bit. I know it's kind of different from what you're kind of used to on these episodes, and it's more of a traditional time lapse than what we usually do, which is I kind of do a lot of cuts and then a few time lapses here and there. But this video is basically going to be all time lapses plus a few POV videos in this. So anyways, going into things, yes, we are building a dive coaster here in Wind Valley Park. It's going to be an amazing project. It's not going to be a huge dive coaster, but it's also going to not be, I mean, it's not that small. I mean, it's just a little over 100 feet tall, but it does dive underground into that little trench, which is pretty cool. And this is going to be a new coaster that is going to be part of the Wind Valley Cove section of the park. So pretty exciting. I don't know why I said pretty twice there, but I guess I felt the need of saying pretty twice there. So yeah, this dive coaster has been in the making for a while. I've been wanting to build a dive coaster in this location ever since I had the idea of relocating the two rides, and I knew it was going to do well. Now, the big problem I had here was trying to fit this dive coaster within the space that we had, because we didn't have a whole lot of space to work with. I also wanted to do something a little bit unique with this dive coaster and not make it like your typical dive coaster in a sense. So it does have a little bit of uniqueness to it. So we don't start things off immediately with an implement like pretty much every dive coaster besides Oblivion. We're going to start off, we actually start off with a little bit of a turn and going into a dive loop. And then we head up into our mid-course brake run. And then after the second steep drop, we actually are going to, with the second steep drop, we're actually going to make it have a little bit of a turn, which is going to be interesting. Now this park, this ride is not going to be very big, not very long. It's actually going to be a very short ride, and it's not meant to be, it's kind of meant to be that supporting coaster that the park kind of needed. It needed a nice thrill supporter coaster, if that kind of makes sense. So it only has two inversions. It's a very short ride. It's going to have that mid-course brake run, of course, and then it's going to dive underneath the path twice at this point, because after the second drop, it is going to have a point where we go underneath the path again. Now we are going to recolor everything as well, too, so don't worry about that. We're not going to stick with this blue color. We're actually going to go in and recolor the structure itself. And for this episode, basically this episode we kind of more or less focused on just doing the layout and getting everything kind of started and not necessarily make anything pretty just yet. So this ride isn't going to be about aesthetics just yet. The next episode we're gonna really start working on, like, I would say the support structures and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of the queue line and the station as well, because we haven't really done much to this just yet. It's basically, it's bare bones minimum right now. As we get into the first official POV, there is a second POV that's a little bit more official, but I did slow it down just for this, and of course we have some stuff in the way that we have to get rid of, which I do get rid of in the next part of the time lapse. so don't worry about that. This ride was pushing up right up against the queue line of Lightning Chaser, so I had to make sure to move it over a little bit. We do shift some stuff over a little bit from this ride. So, anyways, this is the last big coaster that I had planned for the park as of right now. It doesn't mean I'm not going to add any more coasters in the future. This was the big one that I had, last bigger coaster that I had planned for the future. I've had this and Lightning Chaser actually planned for quite some time. So this is just kind of like where I'm at right now, and I haven't really come up with what the next coaster is going to be, if there is going to be a new coaster, which kind of brings me to my next point. A lot of people think that I'm ending this series, which isn't the case at all. It is eventually going to come to an end, yes, but even when it comes to an end, I'm still going to come back to this park frequently, once in a while, just to update and have fun with it and stuff like that. So at some point, I don't know if it's going to be at the end of this season or the next season, or if I'll have another full season coming in, but we're in season 5 right now. And basically everything I've wanted with this park is almost coming together. So I'm not saying the series is coming to an end. In fact, it's still going very strong. We're gonna, of course, finish season 5 nice and easily. I just don't have a whole lot planned just yet for season 6 as of right now. So just kind of keep that in mind, that the series is probably going to slow down a bit. It doesn't mean I'm not going to stop uploading episodes. It just means that I'm kind of slowing down so I don't get too burnt out on the park. Plus, we do have a lot of Windleverse stuff that we're working on right now, which is my big project that I want to work on more than anything else. Wind Valley Park is going to also be one of those big projects, but Wind Valley Park here is literally was a series that I started spontaneously that I wasn't expecting to be as big as it is, and it's really propelled the channel further than I had ever imagined. So obviously I don't want to end it in any way, shape, or form. I know it kind of sounds like I want to end it, but I really don't want to end it. I want to keep it going nice and strong, because I know it's a lot of your guys' favorite series that I've done in quite some time. So it's not going anywhere, and as long as you guys have interest in this park and interest in this series, it's not going to go anywhere. But the next big series is going to be coming up on the horizon, and I got to try and get that stuff done, because you guys have been waiting for Windleverse for quite some time. It's so many failed attempts on Windleverse, and now I finally feel like we're in a spot where we could potentially get it launched and get it ready to go. So I just appreciate your guys's all of your patience that you've had with me and everything. And honestly, I've never been so active on YouTube in a long time. I think here in August, the month of August, obviously it's September now, as this recording goes out, but in August I posted, I don't think I posted quite 40 videos and streams, but it was somewhere close to 40 combined upload and live streams. We had like over almost 40 things of videos of content, whether it be live streams or uploads. So most of those obviously have been live streams, because I've been streaming nearly every day. I only missed like one day this month on live streaming. I took one day off. Sometimes I've been streaming more than once a day, and some of those days I did 2 streams, like on Twitch and on YouTube, and then I don't know if I've done a double YouTube stream, but anyways, that's besides the point. This dive coaster is going to be, again, that crown, not really completion of the park, but my last vision that I had for the park when I was planning it back a long time ago. I had been wanting to do a dive coaster towards the front of the park that would give a nice skyline for the entire park, and just kind of really complete the skyline that was kind of missing there. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments section. What do you want to see from Wind Valley Park next? Because again, this was the last part that I had really planned out. So I'm really trying to figure out what can we do for maybe season 6 of Wind Valley Park, because I do want to do a season 6. I just don't know exactly what I'm going to do next, if that kind of makes sense. And that's probably why the series has kind of slowed a little bit because I'm trying to think, what am I going to do after this dive coaster? I really don't know just yet. If you guys have some good suggestions, be sure. You guys have been leaving awesome suggestions on this park the entire time, you know? So I'd love to hear, I really want to hear your guys' feedback of what you think would be great for in the future of this park. And I'm not just saying coasters, I'm talking about anything like land development and everything like that. There's a few ideas, maybe a few minor ideas that I've had, but I haven't had any fully fledged ideas just yet. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there that, you know, I am open for anything on this park now. Maybe the next episode we'll finish the the parking lot. Maybe that's something we can do. Well, not next episode because obviously we gotta finish the dive coaster, but we do need to work on the parking lot soon. Maybe that's my next big project on the Wind Valley Park. I know I said I would do that off screen more or less, but I never did do it off screen because who wants to work on a parking lot in their free time, am I right? So anyways, maybe that's something I can finish off here in season 5, and hopefully that won't take more than a full episode or something. So that's the case. So this was kind of the last POV that we get before the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoy this little POV of the dive coaster going through its layout. So I'm gonna kind of commentate as it goes here. So we go over the lift hill, which is about 118 feet, I think, around the 100-foot range, just a little over 100 feet. Actually, the drop is probably bigger than the ascend upwards. So I don't know why I go so fast over that the hanging section. I kind of wish you could adjust that, but oh well. And as we go into the dive section, we turn left into a dive loop, which I think turned out really nice. We get whacked with a tree going up into our mid-course brake run, which I did have slowed down just a little bit more. And we're going to go into a dive turn here, that's going to go underneath the path, into a 0G roll, which takes us out over the water. I didn't originally plan this to go out and over in the water, but I kind of like the idea of that turn going out into the water right there, which just leads us into an airtime hill and a nice turn into the brake section. And I think it actually turned out really nice. It's fairly smooth, and I'm pretty satisfied with that layout, even though it is a fairly short layout and a very simple dive coaster. It does have some unique elements to it, which I'm pretty happy with. I was hoping to sneak in maybe a third inversion, but I'm fine with the 2 inversions that I ended up with. And because I could have probably tried to do a third inversion, but it would have been kind of hard to fit it in, because again, we were working with a very small space for this section, and I'm pretty impressed what I was able to do in this small space overall. So again, this episode is basically just trying to get the path work kind of figured out, where the path is going to be, and then starting in the next episode or 2, it might take it 2 episodes. Hopefully not. Maybe I kind of hope to maybe get this finished within the next one, but there's a possibility I won't. But if we do get it finished in the next one, you know, I'm hoping that we can get it nice and pretty at the end of next episode. I'll probably start off with the station, get the station out of the way. One thing I was struggling with right here was a little bit of the clearance, but we did get that figured out. But another thing I was also trying to figure out is where the heck am I going to have a transfer track on this ride as well, because I don't really have a good spot to make a transfer track for this ride. I have one idea that might work, and it's going to be a little bit wonky, but that's okay. We'll try and figure out as in the next episode, hopefully. But yeah, we had a few clearance issues with these dives, but we got it all sorted out, and I got it working nice and properly in there. So I've really enjoyed Wind Valley Park up until this point. So again, I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to end this series, because that's complete opposite. I absolutely I've never have fallen in love with the series as much as this one as of late, and now I'm just excited for even more bigger things to come in the future with Windleverse and stuff. I have more information coming out on Windleverse. If you guys don't really know what it is, you just keep an eye on the channel. I'm going to be actually releasing some more details on everything, like what Windleverse is and all that fun stuff. So I'm sorry if the audio kind of turned out kind of weird, but it was even worse in the recording. So hopefully this didn't turn out too bad. If it did, I apologize. And I really don't have any other way to record my voice. So because I don't really have any other microphones but this one, and I have to figure out what the heck's going on with it, if that's the case. It doesn't sound bad, it just sounds loud, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I did some sort of setting to mess that up or did something there. I'm not entirely sure, but it did sound kind of weird. I don't know if it sounded weird on stream, but no one really commented on it. So it just seems like the gain is higher than what it needs to be, and like everything's a lot louder. So I'm not entirely sure what's up with that, but hopefully I'll figure it out. Maybe eventually I can get an XLR mic anyways, is probably what I need to do in the future anyways. But so yeah, here's the dive coaster. It turned out really, really awesome. I'm pretty proud of it. I would love to hear your comments of what you guys think of the new attraction coming to Wind Valley Park very, very soon. And again, this is probably quite a few years apart from Lightning Chaser. Lightning Chaser opened in 2024, and currently it is 2026. So already has been 2 years since it has opened, technically in game years. So anyways, that's about gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. Be sure to check out our merch in the description if you haven't already. Get some merch, you know, it's awesome. But have a great day, guys, and even cooler tomorrow, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much, and goodbye.